Alright guys, what is up? My name is XIKIZOID and welcome back to the channel. And just before we begin this little episode, I just want to say that on Friday, the 11th of this month, the developers of Our Life Beginnings and Always have just announced a new game that they're developing. It's called Our Life Now and Forever, and it's going to be their next project, basically a game, not really a sequel, but a game in the same sense that you're going to be starting from childhood onto adulthood, and you're going to be having this beautiful friendship with two kids, your closest neighbors. So here we have the new announcement. I think it's like super sweet. I really cannot wait for this new game to come out. It's going to be a free base game with optional paid DLC, just like this or Our Life Beginnings and Always game is. But yeah, drop a comment down below if you're excited about this new game that's going to be coming out. It doesn't say exactly, it says when the season is right, that's when they're going to be releasing it. So I'm probably thinking it's going to be in the fall, maybe of this year, maybe of next year, I don't know. Probably gonna be this year actually. Yeah, it has loads of different amazing features that you can still customize pretty much everything as far as I can tell, but it looks like it's gonna be a really nice story. So in the meantime, while waiting for that game to come out, let's just finish this one because we haven't finished it. We're still in the childhood stage of the game. So let's just load up this game here and load up our previous save file. And in the previous episode, if you guys don't remember, I'm gonna leave a link somewhere around the screen so you guys can watch it if you missed that one. But if you don't want to watch that, I'm just gonna give you a quick recap. We did two moments in the previous episode. One was about ghosts and the second one was about going to a barbecue where we played with some kids and we had some what do they call it, kebabs, I believe. So now we're going to watch the fireworks, so that's really exciting. So Gove's dad says, how about it, go ahead and save space again. You can meet up with me in the field after getting the drinks. Oh my god. And Lizzie says, then I'm going with Gove's dad, I'll find a perfect place.
Okay.
Gove's dad says, sure thing, I could use an extra pair of eyes. And he's winking again. Oh my god, it's his usual shtick, you know. And Mommy shook her head ruefully at Lizzie's even more enthusiastic than usual attitude. Alright, me, Cliff, and Lizzie can go find a place to sit. Pam, Cove, and Ziki, do you want to go get the drinks? Okay, Cove says. And we can say, okay, we'll get all the stuff we need. So yeah, we can stay with Cove, of course, because I do want to keep a really tightly knit friendship with Cove at this stage, because I really think that he, like I said in previous episodes, he really needs a good friend, and we can be that for him. So as Mommy, Lizzie, and Mr. Holden headed off into the wide open field where the fireworks were being set up, you joined Cove and Mom in returning to the cooler where you had picked up the drinks earlier. Even as you approached, you suspected you wouldn't find much in it. Where they had originally been stocked to the brim, it was now half empty. The ice which had cushioned the drinks and kept them cool was largely melted, with only a handful of pieces floating like tiny icebergs. And Pam says, slim pickings. Of course, the drinks that remained looked to be bottles of plain water, but you caught a glimpse of something more colorful in amongst them. Mom rummaged around in the cooler, excavating a couple of juice boxes from the bottom in the process. Aha! Ziki, Cove, you can take one of those if you want. 2 perks of helping, or the perks of helping. So I'm gonna say you took a juice box to share and a water bottle for yourself. Yeah, of course, juice box to share with somebody else and a water bottle for us. So Cove says, Cove hesitated but decided to take a juice box for himself. Yeah, of course. So when you were each loaded up with your chosen drink plus an extra bottle or two for someone else in the group, Mom's phone started to ring. She juggled the water bottles over into the crook of her arm and looked at the collar. It's Mommy, hold tight while I get this. Hey hon, how's it going? Did you find our perfect spot already? She nodded along to the call, punctuated by uh-huhs, as Mommy gave her directions. Catching her eye, she gestured towards the grassy area. And we've got a place! Come on, we'd better hurry before the show starts. Yeah, by the way, I gotta say, I think fireworks are beautiful, obviously, but I think they can be really bad for the environment. I'm kind of against fireworks in that sense, I don't know. But I mean, let people have their fun, of course, but within the reasonable amount. So You and Cove jogged after your mom, who led you through the field, and separate groups of people assembled there back to the rest of your families. Hello, we're here, and we come bearing drinks, though there wasn't much left. The three of you handed over the spare drinks. You held up the extra juice box. I brought this for someone. You're so thoughtful, Ziki. Well, not really, but I mean, it's like a good thing to share. I thought we were gonna share the juice box with somebody, like maybe we drink half and the other person drinks the other half. 'Cause that's the limited choice that we were having. So I don't think we're being thoughtful per se, but whatever. And despite Mommy replying pretty expectantly, there was just one person who made a claim to the sweet drink. Can I have it? Lizzie says. Okay. Thank you. I love you, Ziki. Oh, that's so cute. You two are a real pair. And once everyone had been equipped with a drink for the big event, you sat on the grass beside Cove and waited for the magic to begin. Most people in the park had taken a seat now, with a few stragglers who still waited back at the table in the distance. A few rambunctious kids were still dashing about, but their number was steadily decreasing as their parents called them over and restored order. Someone, bearing a cardboard box, weaved between the groups, pausing every so often. You nudged Cove and pointed. What are they doing? Lizzie asks. It looks like they're handing something out. I can't make out what it is, Mommy says. I hope it's not drinks. Mommy chuckled, but Lizzie and Cove were now watching the bestower of mystery goods keenly. Are they gonna come to us too? Mom softly put her hands on top of your sister's shoulders, as if she feared Lizzie might bolt over to the stranger. Lizzie didn't even glance at her, eyes locked on the potential prize. I don't know, Mom says, or Pam. We'll have to wait and see. And then, of course, you were intrigued, of course, and studying the man with the box closely as he gradually meandered nearer, you could make out that he was handing out small items to most of the groups he stopped at. They seemed too short to be water bottles, but beyond that it remained a mystery. Probably fireworks if you ask me. And the boxman made his way to your group. Evening, I'm handing out dessert. Any takers? Oh, okay, there's dessert, Lizzie asks. And she squealed, hopping up off the ground. The man chuckled. Oh, and they're cute little puddings, I'm guessing. So, ice cream's on the menu, vanilla flavored with a twist of either chocolate or strawberry syrup. Nice, not for me though, thanks. Same, but the offer is appreciated. I want chocolate, Lizzie says. Can I have strawberry? And a strawberry for me too, please, Mommy says as well. So now you're going to have to make a decision, chocolate or strawberry. Which I'm gonna pick chocolate, obviously, because I really, really, really love chocolate. So let's just get the chocolate. And reaching into the box, the man brought out the requested ice creams and tossed them out. It came packaged in a little plastic cup, complete with a wooden spoon stuck to the paper lid. The condensation wet your fingers in a pleasant way. Thank you. Kids, are you going to thank the nice man too? I mean, are we paying for this? Like, why is he giving out the free ice cream? That's kind of shady, isn't it? Kind of sus, not gonna lie. He's a sussy BAKA. So, there was a chorus of thanks. He cordially nodded and walked off to another group. The man couldn't spend much time with each group, considering how many he had to get to. You peeled back the tab that covered the ice cream and got right into your unexpected treat. It tasted amazing. Lizzie was definitely enjoying hers. Cove was too. You couldn't help thinking about how Cove had strawberry while you had chocolate. Oh yeah, we can share. Of course, I'm gonna say, want a bite of mine? Of course. And he's like, He looked around awkwardly but nodded nonetheless. You got a bit of ice cream, making sure you hit the chocolate swirl that distinguished it from Cove, and held it out for him. He nibbled at it. Do you want some of mine? Cove asks. And yeah, we're gonna say yeah, of course. He scooped out the chunk of ice cream with his wooden spoon before holding it out to you. You took it gladly. And it was gone in one bite. That's so cute. Now little kids just sharing their little treats. That's so adorable. So, Mommy's like, aww. She was gazing at the two of you. Her mouth was in an open smile as if she was about to say something else, but Mom tugged on her collar. Don't embarrass them. And hey, if you're sharing, I'll take some. You don't need it, Cove says. You both have the same flavor. So what? And I'm gonna say, you can have some, of course. Thank you, you're the best, Lizzie says. She enthusiastically took a bite of your ice cream before then offering you a bite of hers in exchange. In the end, that kind of made it pointless. Yeah, obviously. But you each ate the same chocolate ice cream out of different cups. Your mommy did like to say it was the thought that counted, though. Ignoring the conundrum, Lizzie turned her attention back to her own cup of ice cream. And then hopefully we're gonna be able to see the fireworks, because that's all why we're here for, nonetheless. So Lizzie munched away happily, but it ultimately didn't succeed in monopolizing her attention. Eyes wide, she looked at her mommy and pulled on her pants. I didn't get strawberry. Can I have some of yours, please? Of course, sweetie. Lizzie cooed with excitement as mommy presented her with a dollop of the ice cream and syrup mixture. Licking her lips, Lizzie lapped it up. And then, Mommy, come on now. Lizzie has all the ice cream she needs. She simply laughed and pinched Lizzie's cheek, then dug her spoon in again and held it out to you. I just can't resist. Ziki, would you like some of mine? She's got a whole cup of ice cream to eat already and had a bite of Cove's and Lizzie's. I think that's plenty. But that's not the same as getting a little extra from your mommy. I'm gonna... Ooh. I wonder which mom we're supposed to side with here, but let's just pass on the bite. So Ziki knows how it is. It doesn't hurt to ask, Mommy says. So Cove watched the exchange silently with a blank expression. Mom, on the other hand, shook her head, a fond smile on her face. Well, you better at least give me some too. You could have gotten your own if you wanted ice cream. What? The kids have ice cream already and they're getting some of yours to boot and I have nothing. Now as in decide to be firm? Laughing, Mommy fed some ice cream to your sulking mom. She could never actually follow through with her being tough. There, all better now? Yeah. I love their dynamic. It's so cute, like they're flirting with each other. That's so cute. Mommy says, good, how about you, Cliff? Would you like some? No, I'm still okay, but thanks for keeping me in mind. Cove, it's only fair that you get the choice too. Cove shook his head, firmly concentrating on his own cup. Mommy smiled. Okay, as long as no one is feeling left out. And Mommy was always so nice to everybody. And then we have the fireworks, of course. So then the first firework cut through the sky, whistling as it ascended until it hit the crescendo with an explosion. The park flashed as if it's a light, as if a light. Oh my god! As a squealing Lizzie leapt to her feet, her forgotten ice cream tumbling to the ground as the firework crackled into tiny drops of glitter into the sky. It's starting! Everyone else looked up to the sky as another firework whizzed through the air. With each explosion, Lizzie would jump into the air. Oh, we have a couple of choices here, actually quite a few choices. So the event was thrilling, we could say. It was impossible to tear your eyes from the scene. The loud noises hurt your ears, you covered them with your hands. It was kind of neat, or you shrunk back, hugging your knees to your chest. So I'm gonna say the event was thrilling because it really is. So Cove sat by his dad, captivated by the sky sparkles and flashes overhead. Mr. Holden watched the fireworks scene impassively. He did smile at you and even gave a thumbs up when he noticed you looking over. Mommy hopped up to her feet, pulling Mom with her, pushing her into joining Lizzie and jumping up in tandem with every crack of a firework. Mommy then bent down to offer you a hand up too. Let's quietly watch from the ground, I think. Oh, we can beckon Cove to join in as well. So yeah, we're gonna do that. You got up to join your family, beckoning for Cove to join as well. Okay, so Cove got to his feet, tailing after you as you stood with your family. I want to choose that because, like I said, I want to include Cove into everything that we do, into every little interaction that we have. So I think that's a good idea because usually I would enjoy them from the ground, like sitting down on the grass, on the cool grass, and just enjoying the fireworks in the sky. But in this case, I think it's nice to have Cove with us as well. So Cove got to his feet, telling you after he stood with your family. Your mom's face lit up literally and metaphorically as you approached. The five of you shrieked and leapt along with the sparkles in the sky, not trying to contain your joy at experiencing the sights together. The fireworks continued, some twisting like the coil of a spring as they arched into the air, and others shooting straight from the ground and shattering into a million tiny specks. Every color got its spotlight in the show, from fiery reds to eerie greens and blues that could rival the ocean. And then another one pops up here. So the show built up to a grand finale that boomed over the park and filled every inch of the sky, the twinkling lights representing the full spectrum of the rainbow. The exhilaration that had fueled you while the fireworks were going off was sapped dry now that the show had finished. You collapsed into a giggling heap on the ground, suddenly aware of how your legs ached from your exertion. Cove tumbled down with you, his expression gleeful. I'm happy that he's happy, you know. It's really nice to see that. So Mr. Holden watched his son with an expression much happier than the one he had worn while watching the show. Lizzie gave a final whoop of delight and shared a high five with Mom as Mommy shouted for an encore into the night. You didn't know what that meant, but you liked the way it made Mom laugh. You thought the sun had gone down long ago, the air on your... oh my god. Let me just reread that again. Though the sun had gone down long ago, the air on your bare arms was warm. You took your giddy family, their spirits buoyed by the firework display, then your new friend and his father, who looked happy in their own quieter way and smiled. This has been a pretty special night. And this is the end of the DLC called Barbecue, and I think we're gonna end this episode here, even though it's like a little bit of a shorter one. Should we end it here or should we not? Okay, let's do a little bit more. Let's do the next DLC called Runaway. So, hoping, like, fingers crossed that Cove does not run away from his father, because like everything seems to be so good, going so well right now. But let's just do like maybe half of this DLC and we'll finish in the next episode. So let's do this runaway moment. And it was early and you were on your way to the playground. Lizzie planned on joining you there later. You weren't sure what she was busy with right now, or the older kid stuff you imagined. That was okay. What was forefront in your mind was if Cove might be free to come too. As you walked the familiar street, wondering how you might find your neighbor, he appeared right in front of you, almost as if he was a mind reader. Hi Cove, can you come to the playground with me? No, sorry. Cove looked strangely serious. It had been an even bigger deal than whatever mystery thing Lizzie had to do. I'm leaving, Ziki, Cove says. Oh no. What? Where? He shifted and your gaze was drawn to the backpack slung over his shoulders. Cove liked to stuff things into his pockets from what you have seen, but people sometimes carried bags with them. It hadn't been very attention-worthy until now. The bag was decorated with cartoon waves and dolphins. He gripped on the straps tightly with his good hand. I just wanted you to know, Cove says. Cove didn't glance up and meet your eyes. You started to grow worried. Yeah, I'm really worried because we can say I'll come with you, can I go too, or oh, or but where are you going, or I don't get it. When I'm gonna say where are you going, because I really want an answer and he is not giving us one apparently. So if it was as if you hadn't said anything. I'll come back though, sometime, I don't know when, but we can do stuff then. He directed a fragile smile your way. Without another word, Cove turned on his heel and started to walk away. No, I'm gonna... What? Wait, of course we're gonna say wait. He kept going, his focus wasn't on you anymore. What was that about? You watched as his back grew smaller and smaller, then you realized that you were still standing in the middle of the sidewalk. You thought about your earlier plan of playing at the park. Suddenly, it didn't seem as fun anymore. Not without Cove, of course, because he's our friend. So it wasn't like you could force him to play with you. He had things to do. No, I'm gonna stay there. Of course, you could play at the park some other time. It wasn't like it was going anywhere, and you couldn't bring yourself to leave like this. You didn't move from your spot. You just continued to look on quietly. It didn't take long to realize that he was just going up the street. You were positive there was nothing good over there. Not the park, or the beach, or the store street, or his house, or anything. He was new he might not know what you did. You jogged down the street to catch up to him. You slowed down once you reached his side. He glanced at you from the corner of his eye and frowned. Go away, Ziki. I just wanted to say you're going the wrong way. There aren't any places that way you're going. His mouth twisted further. He didn't appreciate your warning. I'm still going. Why? What are you doing? We say. Walking? But why do you have to walk that way? Cove let out a deep sigh. You got the feeling that he was starting to get mad at you. I told you I'm leaving. I'm gonna be gone for a while. I don't know what we're supposed to do here, because if it was me, I wouldn't go with him. I would go to his father straight away, or to our mothers, and just tell them about what's going on. But maybe they're at work, so we can't do that. Even though they're probably on their summer break as well. I don't know. Let's go with him. You know what? It's a game, and we can go with him. So Cove says you can't. Why not? Cove came to a sudden stop. You almost kept walking ahead of him because you weren't expecting it. My dad doesn't know. If you come, you'll get in trouble when he finds out. You felt a knot start to grow in your stomach. You're not supposed to be leaving. His expression was grave. He shook his head. Dad isn't home right now. I left him a letter so he won't get confused when he gets back. But you cannot tell anybody about this, okay? You can pretend you never saw me. What? I'm gonna say, let's go with him, obviously, but... Or we can tell somebody, I don't know, the right thing would be to tell somebody, like, immediately, like, right away. Because this is, like, super dangerous. But since it's a game, I'm gonna tell him that I still wanna go. I don't care if I get in trouble, because it's a game. And I obviously want to go on an adventure with Cove, and I know that we're gonna be safe and all. So don't do it all by yourself, we say. Cove's hard expression wavered. You could tell that he hadn't expected you to say that. Really? You don't think it's a bad idea or something? It might be a bad idea, but... His lips curved into a smile. Okay, you can come. You grinned, pleased that he gave in so easily. You thought it might take longer since he was so set on going alone. You turned a bit in the middle of the sidewalk and so did Cove when he saw. You pointed over your shoulder with a thumb. Let's go to my house first, I can get my backpack. We can't, sorry. If you're gonna be away, I better take some stuff. It's not that, I don't want your parents to catch us. Your moms could think it's weird we have bags. They might ask. We don't have a lot of time anyway. He motioned to his backpack, patting it with his hand. Its front bulged out slightly. Don't worry, I packed snacks. It will be alright. Oh my god, what's this kid thinking, dude? What is this kid thinking? How can you just run away like that? That's so bad. You wished you could bring your backpack along just to be safe, but his explanation made sense. Alright, we can leave. Cove smiled. He seemed to be in much better spirits than you when you first ran into him. You were glad he wasn't always this upbeat. This was fine though, otherwise he wouldn't be Cove, but you liked seeing him smile. Cove took the first step and you mirrored him. As one, both of you ran up to the street. You were off into unknown territory. You ran through the first few neighborhoods like that, your feet pounding on concrete. Whenever one of you got tired, you would take a break for a minute. The moment there was a sound, you would be off again in case someone you knew might realize what you were up to. Because of how cautious you were, the two of you didn't run into anyone, not even other kids enjoying their summer. It was like you had suddenly become criminals, always worried if someone was on your trail. Or tail. As tense as it was, you were still glad when you got the opportunity to take a proper break. And Cove waited for you to stop once you got out of the residential district. The houses disappeared, the broad storefronts taking their place. You were all the way in the business part of town. This was the first time you had come here on foot. Before, one of your moms always drove you out to this place in their car. Cove leaned up against a nearby tree and wiped sweat off his forehead. You braced your hands on your knees, breathing hard. You looked over at the road ahead. And I wonder what's gonna happen further down the line, because we're doing something super dangerous right now. Two kids alone outside of the residential district, outside of their neighborhood, like way past their neighborhood, and I'm like super worried, but I guess we're gonna have to find out in the next episode. So if you guys want to check out the next episode, it's gonna be up very soon, so please stay subscribed and keep your notifications on so you can get notified for the future videos that we have coming up. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.